This week in the lab, we take the whole co-sleeping controversy and put it right to bed.
And we don't even give it a glass of water first.
Or read it a bedtime story. Nice, that was good. No, that was good. Hey, Daddy Troy. What the hell? Why? Get back to Gear Daddy. What the hell are you doing here?
Where's Daddy Brad? Where is he?
I don't know. I think he's off having a baby. So thanks a lot for sitting in.
No problem.
You know, today's episode of The Lab is brought to you by Baby Bjorn. You know, I wonder if the baby gets so relaxed in this Baby Bjorn Baby Carrier Active that he falls asleep. Is that co-sleeping?
Now, as I understand it, co-sleeping is the practice espoused by the attachment parenting movement, among others. And it basically means having the baby in bed with you at night with mom and dad.
And you know, it can actually be sort of controversial. So we've gone to author and early parenting coach Carrie Conti to help us sort this all out. Do you think it's a controversy or just a difficult question that some parents face? Talk a little bit about that.
I think it's more of a, it's not common in our culture, and that's why it has become somewhat controversial. But if you look outside of the US, in more than not, most cultures, just out of necessity, don't have big houses where there can be a bedroom for the child and a bedroom for the parents. And so it's not as unknown in other places, but here, because we have so much space, and because for the last generation or two, people really have had their children in the bedrooms, and the parents have been sleeping in the other bedroom, it has resurfaced, and it's controversial to the extent that it's not familiar. I think before babies arrive, some people that are for it are doing it or thinking they want to do it because they want that closeness. And there's the attachment parenting movement, which really says keep your babies close, meet their needs. You know, it's easier to have them right in the bed and to be able to just nurse on demand if that's what you're planning to do. The people that are making the choice not to do it are often coming from the perspective of they're used to the couple being in the bed, and that sleep equals, you know, passion and sexuality, and you know, that's where all that happens. And so to add a little baby into the mix seems really unfamiliar. To be there when they're sleeping feels really safe, and also that there is bonding that happens during that time. But the cons can be the sense that, you know, the intimacy does change between the couple, and some families just don't sleep well altogether.
Does the AAP come down on one side of this issue or another?
I think they're saying now, I think their most recent is, yes, have the baby in the room, but not in the bed. And so have a bassinet or a co-sleeper, which is a little sidecar that hooks onto the bed. That's actually really good, that the baby does thrive when they're closer to the parents, but not in the bed. And I guess the reasoning for that is the fear that the parents might roll over on the child. But really, in my own professional work and just knowing lots and lots of families who choose to co-sleep, I've never seen that happen. And I think parents are a lot more aware of who's in the bed than we give them credit for. There's a gentleman by the name of James McKenna, who's a researcher who does a lot of research on sleep and co-sleeping. And what he's found is that when the baby is that new, they can go so deep that sometimes their nervous systems forget to kind of rile them up and say, hey, come on out. And when they're in proximity to the mom or the dad, they're much more regulated. The parent is regulating their rhythms. And so when they go into that deep sleep, the parent just naturally will sense that, and they'll kind of bring them back up. And then the baby will kind of come up, and they'll check in, and then they'll have more of this throughout the night. So in some ways, babies that sleep with their parents might wake up a little more, but what we're finding is that might be an actual evolutionary benefit.
So when it comes to co-sleeping, you know, I think there's a certain number of sort of stereotypes out there that sort of break down on gender, you know, alignment, that moms would, you know, want to have co-sleeping and dads wouldn't. But in my family, it's absolutely the opposite. I was sort of into it, but my wife, no way. Kid is sick, throwing up, comes in there, no, you can have 30 seconds. She's got a stopwatch out, and you've got, you know, 2 minutes, and then you're going back to your bed. You can throw up in your own sheets. And it's not because she's insensitive. It's because she really needs tons of sleep.
Right.
And so...
Well, she could hit the couch.
Well, yes, but no, because you can't sleep on the couch. And if she doesn't get her 9 hours of sleep, she's really grumpy. So for our family, the way Carrie Conti said, for our family, it didn't work. So no co-sleeping, the kids right into.
Yeah, I think Carrie's right on. It really depends on what works for your family. For our family, our kid to this day, even as a 6-year-old, our first kid, does not sleep well at all. And if he was in our bed with us, we used to call him like he was training for Cirque du Soleil or something.
Her arguments are really compelling that it is a natural, it seems like the right thing to do just from an instinctual point of view.
Sure
but if
does.
it doesn't work, that lack of sleep can be really destructive for some people. So it doesn't work for your family.
Right.
Well, I think that's all for our show this week. Hey, if you've got some ideas about co-sleeping, go to dadlabs.com, join the conversation there. It really is one of the best on the internet. We also want to thank our sponsors, Baby Bjorn. If you decide to co-sleep and the baby happens to nod off in the babysitter balance, it doesn't mean you need to get in there with him. We'll see you next week here in the lab.